Hey guys, how's it going? Today we have a watch unboxing. This is the Frederique Slimline Moonphase, and this is actually the second Slimline Moonphase unboxing video I've done. This one is going to be a different color. So me and my friend Eric, who you might have seen in some of my podcast type videos, we're both watch aficionados, and we're really big fans of the Frederique brand. This brand is a Swiss brand. It doesn't have as much history as some of the other well-known Swiss brands, but we think that they have some pretty good quality watches, especially for the price. So a lot of people put down this brand because they're in department stores and whatever. They use Sellita ETA movements on a lot of their mechanical watches, and they have quartz watches on their lower end. But I don't think that should stop anyone from buying their manufacturer watches, which I think are really good quality for the price. So manufacturer watches are watches that are built in-house with their in-house movement, and they usually retail for above $3,000. This watch retails for $3,500 MSRP, but the great thing about these watches, the Frederique Constant watches, is that they often get discounted a lot online. So while the MSRP is like over $3,000, you can often find them online for $1,000, right? So this watch is just over $1,000. I think is a really good value for the price, and the box that it comes in is really good as well. The packaging and everything, the quality of the watch itself, the movements, the decorations are really good as well. So this is actually my second Frederique Constant watch, so I know what I'm talking about when I say I've owned a Frederique Constant before I can speak to its quality. I really do think that Frederique Constant are good value watches, especially for the price, right? So they are based in Geneva, and they do come with this booklet of sorts. So the packaging of a lot of these luxury watches are really nice, and Frederique Constant's no exception. You can see they have service centers here. You have a guarantee and instruction booklet right here, and you also have, I mean, this booklet is pretty nice. It does show you their catalog of watches, and they have some really nice watches. And that's one of the things I like most about Frederique Constant, is that they have some really nice designs. So there's a lot of great watch companies out there, a lot of great Swiss watchmakers out there. Frederique Constant, or FC, they have some really great designs, and the value is really good, especially because they're not considered really expensive or anything. I mean, $1,000 isn't very cheap, but it's not really expensive either. Like a Rolex, you know, people know Rolex on Omega. Those watches can easily go for $10,000, right? Even Grand Seiko. A lot of people think Grand Seiko is one of the best value watches out there as well, but they're also more expensive than Frederique Constant, right? So, yeah, I do think FCs do have really good value. I really like their designs too. They just have some very, very beautiful designs. And I would say for dress watches, especially for dress watches, Frederique Constant is one of the best. All right, so that's a very nice booklet. And then you have a really nice case as well. So you can see Frederique Constant, Genève, Live Your Passion. Here you have the watch. It is a very beautiful watch. And like I said, Frederique Constant, I think FC makes some of the best looking dress watches out there. And especially for Moonphase watches, I really like the Moonphase watches as well, which this one is. And why did I buy another Slimline Moonphase? Well, the first one I got had a rose gold kind of casing right there with a white dial, right? This one is a stainless steel case with a blue dial, and I'm kind of a sucker for blue, right? Blue is my favorite color. I love having blue on my watches. So this one with a blue dial, these white markers, Roman numerals, I just couldn't resist. I mean, especially on a Moonphase, right? I mean, I was looking at the Seiko Presage blue enamel, and that's a watch that has this kind of, it's not a Moonphase, but it does have like one of those markers that has a moon around it, and it does have a blue dial with the white markers. And I think it is really good for Moonphase, especially because the moon is really evocative of the night, right? When you have a blue dial with a white, white lettering on it, that really is kind of evocative of the night. And you have the white hands here as well. I mean, on a Moonphase, I just think this color pairing is just perfect, right? What could be more evocative of the moon than blue and white, right? I think that's the perfect combination here. And it's just, yeah, I just love the handiwork here on this watch. It's just amazing. It just looks great. And the Slimline especially, because it doesn't have a second hand, which you'll notice, right? No second hand, so it's a very, very simple looking dial. very minimalistic but very functional at the same time, and that's kind of what I like, right? I did another unboxing last year of the Yunhan's calendar, which is also a very simplistic, functional looking design. That's the Bauhaus design, right? And I'm a really big fan of those types of watches because I just like simple, clean, great looking design, minimalistic, but still having very nice looking complications like the Moonphase, which I think is not all that useful because like when do you ever really need to care about the phase of the moon? But it is a really beautiful looking complication, I think. I mean, all you get here, no second hand to clutter up the dial at all. So you have nothing really moving all the time to distract you, but you do have this really beautiful interface. Have an hour hand, second hand, day, right? The day hand right there, and the moon phase, and that's really it. What else do you really need or want, right? And you have this nice looking blue, I would say navy, this dark blue navy leather strap right here. And again, just emphasizes the fact that Frederique Constants are really, really good at making dress watches. All right, so here you have the clasp right here, which is, I think it's a variation of the Geneva seal. And then you open it like this. So this is a stainless steel case with a blue dial, different from my last one with a rose gold case and white dial. I do like the blue dial better. That's why I opted for this one. It does cost more than a typical Slimline Moonphase in the usual colors, right? Because this, I think, it just looks amazing. So the blue and white, especially for a Moonphase. And if you look at the back, I think Frederique Constant is one of the better Swiss makers, especially at this level of pricing for decorating their backs, right? So you look at the crown, actually, the crown looks very good as well, right? See the crown right here, and then you see the decorative back right here. So it says Frederique Constant. Yep. It says Frederique Constant, Moonphase, manufacture, which is their own movement. And then you can see their movement right there. That's their movement model. Again, no ETA, no Solita here. This is their own movement in-house. And you can find it for around $1,000 to $1,500, which is an incredible value for a Swiss watchmaker that's making their own movements. That's pretty incredible value right there. Because at $1,500 or $1,000 or $1,500, you're not going to find a lot of Swiss manufacturers making movements that are in-house, right? You're probably going to find some Solita, some ETA movements, right? Like my Oris, for example, that one uses a Solita movement, and that one was like $2,000, right? So it's pretty amazing that Frederique Constant at around $1,000, $1,300, $1,500 can give you an in-house Swiss movement at that price, right? And it is very beautifully decorated, right? See how beautifully decorated that movement is. For this price, the value is almost unbeatable, right? You're talking about this watch at this price level is competing with a high-end Seiko or a Tissot or a Hamilton, Oris maybe, and maybe like a lower-end Baume & Mercier. That's what you're probably competing with, and I do think that FC gives you one of the best values out there for this price. Maybe like a Yunhan's or a lower end Yunhan's or Nomos at this price, right? But still, I think this is, if you're looking for a beautiful Swiss dress watch, it's really hard to beat the Frederique Constant at this price. And it's just the Moonphase just gets me every time, right? Now for chronometers at this price, there's I would suggest maybe the Baume & Mercier. They're really nice chronos. Or if you like Japanese watches, right, maybe you can find one of the lower end Grand Seikos at this price used, of course. And those are really good values as well. For Swiss watches, it's really hard to beat the Frederique Constant at this price. Oris makes some pretty good ones. Hamilton, Tissot, Longines. Those are some other Swiss brands that are competing at this price range. Maybe a lower end Tudor. Those are all really good watches too. Still, like, I just like the design of the FC. I think if you're looking for a dress watch, this is a way to go. If you're looking for a diver watch, then I think there are better options, or a chrono, there are better options. But if you're just looking for a really nice looking dress watch at this price range, then I think Frederique Constant is one of the best. Hard to beat. In-house movement, very beautiful design, under $2,000. Right. All right, another comparison we could do is between the FC and the Junghans. So this is the Junghans Meister calendar. I did an unboxing of it last year. This is also a watch with a really nice, clean, functional design, and also has a Moonphase as well. So please disregard the cracks on this watch. By the way, I accidentally dropped it a few times. But that's because I wore it so much, right? This was my favorite watch before I got this one. To compare the two, I really like both of these brands. They're both really good value brands. They both compete around the same price range. FC and Junghans, both of these models retail for about $1,500 straight. So they're pretty competitive. I would say the Junghans more functional, right? It has the additional day and month complications on here. The FC does not, but what I do like about the FC is the design. The Moonphase design, the date design looks a little bit better than on the Junghans. The Junghans seems more pedestrian, whereas yeah, I like the FC design better there. And smaller bezels on the Junghans. You have bigger bezels on the FC here. I do like the smaller bezels. This bezel is a little bit thick. It makes the watch look bigger, which I want to keep my watches around 40, 41 millimeters ish. Getting 42 and beyond is a little bit bigger, but that is what it is. So there's strengths and weaknesses to both, I think. I think both of these are very good watch brands, very good value. This one made in Germany, made in Switzerland, of course. Both countries very well respected for their watches. Right, so here's the back of both watches. You can see the movement from the back here, the open case. You can tell that while Junghans does a pretty decent job of decorating the back, the Frederique Constant with its custom in-house movement it just looks more decorated. So you can see here. Yeah, I don't know how well you can see that, but yeah. Both have nice movements, but I think the FC looks better from the back. And then from the front, I also think that depends what you're looking for, right? This is the more functional design. I still like the fact that they put so many complications on the dial face without making it seem cluttered. So the Junghans with the Bauhaus design is really nice there. But in terms of standing out, and like I said, FC is so good at dress watches, the FC looks better, right? So if you just walk on if you just go to like some party and you wear both watches, I think the FC will attract people's attention more. It is the more beautiful looking dial in my opinion. But then again, FC, like I said, really good at making those dress watches that gets people's attention. Junghans more for the functional everyday design. So I would probably wear this watch more day to day. And then if I'm going to like a social event or a party, then I'll just slip on the FC. So personally, yeah, that's what I would do. I think the FC does look better in a formal setting. FC makes some of the best looking dress watches out there. And then the Junghans with a more functional design, better for everyday use, I would say. And yeah, that was the comparison between the two. And that's it, guys. That's a Frederique Constant Slimline Moonphase. Maybe you can pick it up as your next watch or a gift. And that's it. Thanks for watching.